I like the vibe a lot.
这边很棒，那个风景很漂亮，然后还有灯光秀。
I mean, every year, the siren call of Mariah Carey, it comes earlier and earlier. Being away from family over the holiday season, it never gets easier. Phone calls and Skype don't do it justice.
In general, I'm happy with the experience of spending Lunar New Year in the US, actually.
Hello, and welcome to Connected. I'm Brian Cragen, sitting in for Divya Gopalan. The holidays are a time many spend celebrating with family. But for those of us living in foreign countries, the holidays can be tough for many reasons. To discuss challenges ranging from struggling with loneliness to finding ingredients for your grandma's gingerbread cookies, we're joined by Jerry Lin, a Taiwanese biomedical researcher at Massachusetts General Hospital living in Boston, and Sam Yarborough, an American comedian and co-founder of 2-3 Comedy in Taipei. Thank you both for joining us today. Hi there.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here. Cheers.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So to start out with today, Jerry, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how long you've been living in the US?
Yeah, of course. I was born and raised in Taipei, Taiwan, and I came to the US in 2011. First, I landed in St. Louis, Missouri. I went to graduate school at Washington University in St. Louis for 6 years, and I moved to Boston in 2017. Now I'm a biomedical researcher at Massachusetts General Hospital here.
And how about you, Sam? How long have you been here in Taiwan?
I've been in Taiwan for 11 years now. My first 3 years, I lived in Kaohsiung in the south of Taiwan. And for the last 7, almost 8 now, I've been up here in Taipei. I'm one of the co-founders of 2-3 Comedy, which is a comedy club up here in Taipei. And it's about as important as being a biomedical researcher, I think. And so it's a pleasure to be here and a pleasure to meet you, Jerry. Thanks, Brian.
Awesome. It's great to have you both. And yeah, you have both been living in foreign countries for quite a long time. And actually, so have a lot of the members of our TaiwanPlus team here. We interviewed some members of the TaiwanPlus team about their experiences spending these big holidays living abroad. Take a listen.
Probably seeing my family. Yeah. Festivities less so.
Definitely my family, yeah. And then probably followed second by food. The usual stuff, Christmas ham, sometimes turkey, things like that, yeah.
I don't really miss Christmas as an event. I guess I miss my family, but that's a year-round thing anyway.
You are reminded very starkly, especially as you have time to think about things that you're on the other side of the world from everyone you're related to.
I don't know, they're like candy that would be available around that time of year. They would be selling them for cheap in like big supermarkets and stuff, and like they would always appear in bulk inside my house. Like I don't have to go out to get them, they would just appear, and I do miss that.
I miss my family, my friends, and also I miss a lot about the food in Taiwan, because it is not that easy to find the same cuisine in London. So most of the time we made the dishes on our own.
I like watching the city shut down. I think it's really cool to see everything empty out.
The food is great and everybody is super happy, and it's just a nice break from the day-to-day, rat race of, going to work every day.
I get a lot of time to spend at home with my bunnies, and I don't get to do that during the normal work week.
It's like the first time where I would be spending like holidays with friends instead of with family. And I think that was like a very, very good experience for me, to be able to like find joy in like my peers, and then like be with people who I'm actually thankful to have in my life.
The festive atmosphere around the Regent Street, and most of the areas and the department stores, they have decorated especially for Christmas, and But not just that, we like to share time with our friends, and that is the value of Christmas, I think.
I was work at a hotel when I stayed in Bristol, and in our hotel we have the Christmas party there. So our whole crew, we will attend the Christmas party. So they will dance there. You know, UK's British, they are like to drink and dance.
So a lot of the people in the video mentioned that they really miss family and food during these big holidays. How about you, Sam? What are the things that you start missing around Christmas time, this time of the year?
Well, I think some of your colleagues said it best. I mean, family and friends is, of course, always going to be at the top of the list. Being away from family over the holiday season, it never gets easier. Phone calls and Skype don't do it justice, and so you miss those opportunities. And of course, that's the number one thing you feel. But I'll add something to the list that I didn't hear is I miss having a day off of work on Christmas. That was really nice. Living in Taiwan, it's great to see that people get into the holiday season with sales at the department stores and big Christmas tree displays, but on Monday morning I'll still be going into work, so I think I will miss being able to sleep in and have a cup of coffee at home at Christmas morning.
That is one that I can definitely personally identify with as well. And for Taiwanese people living abroad, I think that Lunar New Year is probably the one that more tugs at the heartstrings when you're away from home. So Jerry, what kinds of festivities and celebrations do you miss when you're in the US?
In general, I'm happy with the experience of spending Lunar New Year in the U.S. actually, because there are a lot of Taiwanese organizations that host Chunjiu or spring parties, featuring essential elements such as abundant food, engaging games, lucky draws, festive decorations, and lantern riddles. But I do notice that celebrating the New Year in Taiwan and U.S. differs in some aspects. So the first thing is there's no holiday atmosphere in the States because Lunar New Year is now widely celebrated in the U.S., right? So it's challenging to sense the festival atmosphere on the street. So we have to recreate the New Year ambience by ourselves. So, but it's good that the Taiwanese organizations that host such parties. And I think I want to echo Sam mentioning about the holiday, the day off. Lunar New Year is not a national holiday in the U.S., so the spring parties often do not take place on Lunar New Year's Eve, which is the most significant day. And it's simply because it's not a holiday, people still have to go to work, go to school, so it may be difficult for them to attend those spring parties. And the last thing, of course, is who I'm celebrating with. I don't have family members here, but I'm glad I still be able to come together with friends from shared institutions such as Harvard, MIT, or other local social professional groups. So this communal celebration of friends is similar to the concept of Friendsgiving. I would say the practice of spending Thanksgiving with friends rather than family members.
Sam, personally, I know for myself as a foreigner living in Taiwan that a lot of us have an experience of kind of building our own community or found family here in Taiwan as a support system. Have you had any experience with that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, I mean, you nailed it. You said it perfectly about building your own community, the found family, your chosen family, the people that you spend time with around the holidays. It's part of, one of the experiences of living abroad as somebody coming from the West during those holiday seasons, getting together with friends and kind of sharing some of the traditions that, Jerry talked about so eloquently before. It's the same thing as finding that commonality, sharing those traditions together with the spending time with people that are significant to you. And that's one of the things we try to do at 2-3 Comedy as well. Like there's all sorts of different kind of events that we build around the holiday seasons to bring people in. So in addition to that time you have with close friends and family, maybe in the home, also experiencing going out to Christmas markets, going out and checking out the displays and lights and things like that can really give you that sense of the holiday spirit. And certainly this year, Taiwan's cooperating with the weather. Taipei, at least, being freezing cold right now. So it certainly feels a little bit more like Christmas back home.
Taiwan Christmas for sure. But it's interesting that you mentioned Christmas markets. I'd actually like to turn to an annual event that aims to celebrate some holiday traditions from around the world while allowing participants a chance to give back to their new home. The Hsinchu Christmas Market was originally organized by a group of South Africans living in the area in northern Taiwan. We visited the fair to find out how the small market is spreading the Christmas cheer.
My name is Ilani van Wyk and I'm from South Africa, and welcome to Hsinchu Markets. Two friends started it, Amor and Michaela, and once they left, I kind of took it over, and once we started making money, I just wanted to give some back to the community. Oh my gosh, we have a massive amount of different things, from Christmas arts and crafts to candles to lots of different foods from all over, from Greece, from South Africa, many South African products, and Taiwanese products as well. I feel like it's very similar, or that's the atmosphere we're trying to create. Markets back in South Africa has a very homey feeling, and that's what we try to do here for the people of Hsinchu.
My name is Michelle, and I've been in Taiwan for 20 years now, and we've been helping out for the Easter and the Christmas market. Every year it grows, the word gets out. More people are coming from across the island. It used to be just Hsinchu people, but now there's people from all over coming. Yeah, so it gets bigger and bigger.
So in the beginning it was at one swimming pool, a dried out swimming pool, and then we came also because we're from Taichung, so they are mostly at that time from Hsinchu. So now Taipei, Hsinchu, Taichung, Kaohsiung, all over the place. So they look at us like, who are you? In the beginning, but very soon, because we sell happiness, we sell wine. So they made friends with us, and it was very nice. Yeah.
Like this one where it's like, I am Tertius. I am from South Africa, and I've been in Taiwan, mostly Taichung, for the last 6 years. It's my first year at the market. Oh, it's a lot of fun. Great vibe, great atmosphere, a lot of people everywhere. So it's great hearing a bunch of South Africans speaking Afrikaans as well. So it feels like home.
The feeling is very different from the Chinese market. Yeah, I can't say why, but here is more Christmas, I think.
Well, we're trying to make an opportunity or create an opportunity for everybody across the island to come here and to celebrate and to show off their heartfelt hard work for all the entrepreneurs. And then by doing that, we also charge an entrance fee and collect money for our charities. This year, we're donating to the Garden of Hope Foundation in Taipei and Harmony Home, that's also in Taipei. Personally, they lie very close to my heart. The Garden of Hope Foundation helps abused women and children, which I am all for, and we also help the babies at the orphanage from Harmony Home.
I'm interested, Sam, have you ever attended this market or any like it here in Taiwan?
Unfortunately, I haven't been to the Hsinchu Christmas market, but it looks amazing. I have been to some of the Christmas markets that have been up here in Taipei, the German Christmas market, and of course the huge Christmas festivities they do every year out in Banqiao, which are always a pleasure to go out and get. And it's such a beautiful scene, seeing all the people in the Christmas clothes, the Santa hats, seeing all the food looked absolutely incredible. And let's not short sell the drinks as well. Like that guy said, he sells happiness. It's the season for mulled wine, and taking advantage of another freedom we have here in Taiwan to grab a drink and walk around at the Christmas market is really, really special. So I will have to book some tickets to Hsinchu for next December.
Great. And Jerry, how about you? Have you participated in any markets like this back in the United States? Or what's your favorite part about spending Christmas in the U.S.?
Unfortunately, not really. I haven't had a chance to visit the big Christmas market in Boston yet. But I do visit the one in Chicago, a German Christmas market in Chicago before. So I really enjoy the Christmas atmosphere in the US. Unlike the Lunar New Year, one can easily feel the holiday atmosphere as early as November, sometimes late October even. And you see huge Christmas trees in downtown areas, the colorful Christmas lights in the parks and on the streets, and so many beautiful decorations at private homes. And you also hear holiday songs at stores or on the radio. So just the atmosphere is so great. I enjoy it a lot.
Especially in the United States, I think recently we're starting to see things coming out for Christmas early and earlier, like maybe even right after Halloween, right? And that's something that actually one of our coworkers here at TaiwanPlus mentioned, was that she feels that Christmas has kind of become a lot more commercialist or capitalist in a lot of ways. Sam, what do you feel about that as an American?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, every year, you know, the siren call of Mariah Carey, it comes earlier and earlier. And I think I definitely was hearing it by mid-October this year. So some people definitely don't wait for Halloween to pull the trigger. And, you know, like for the commercial aspect, like, certainly, yeah, it's a gift-giving holiday. That's all the stores have sales. You know, I can't say I'm against that. Having just recently done some Christmas shopping for my girlfriend, I was glad for some of those sales to not be paying full price for some of the gifts that'll be under the tree this year. So yeah, definitely the season going longer and longer, but that's just more opportunity for more of these groups to have different kinds of events and things like that around the Christmas season.
Kind of something that Sam mentioned was something I would really like to chat about a little bit. That is, so Jerry, you've already said that Lunar New Year isn't very widely celebrated in the United States. Do you think that Lunar New Year deserves a bigger place on the international calendar, perhaps? Or do you think that it may be a little bit too late because Christmas is already taken over?
Of course, I would like more people celebrate Lunar New Year. I know besides Taiwanese and Chinese, the Koreans and people from Vietnam also celebrate Lunar New Year. But I just don't have much experience celebrating this holiday with non-Taiwanese in the States. I know I would guess the fundamental elements are probably the same, enjoying feasts with families and friends. So I think everyone would like that, right? So why not?
Yeah, I just wanted to add, I just had an idea that maybe to let people in Boston experience what it's like to celebrate Chinese New Year or Lunar New Year as a foreigner in Taiwan, we should have all of the local people from Boston be forced to eat 7-Eleven food for 3 days in a row because all the restaurants in their neighborhood are closed. So that way they can get a different kind of authentic experience for Lunar New Year in Taiwan.
That is definitely pretty similar to my Lunar New Year's quite often. So, although Christmas isn't a holiday that's traditionally celebrated in Taiwan, in recent years, more and more Christmas-related events have popped up around the island. One of these events, Sam just alluded to, is the Christmas Land in Banqiao district of New Taipei City. This year's Festival of Lights, Christmas trees, and performances is being held over a period of 46 days. Here's what some of the visitors thought about the holiday spectacle.
这个很棒，那个风景很漂亮，然后还有灯光秀，男的帅，女的美。对。
I like the vibe a lot.
And I think the light, like the light show is very pretty. Yeah. I think they made it like really big.
It's very colorful and very, many lights and very bright everything.
I live in Taipei. Came here for food. I'm not actually celebrate about Christmas, but she invited me, so I am here.
气氛很好，对，很好玩，对，漂亮。
I'm here for my family, working first.
We are visiting our eldest daughter because she's studying here, so we are celebrating Christmas with her over here.
How have you seen Christmas celebrations change over the last 11 years?
I think what I've seen, maybe from my personal experience, is just seeing a lot more groups get involved around the Christmas season, especially in relation to charitable events and supporting charitable organizations, which I think is really cool to see that a lot of people, both Taiwanese and foreigners living here in Taiwan, are kind of using the season as an opportunity to give back to the community, to help out people in need. More than ever, I think I've seen just more and more events coming every year, whether they be raffling off prizes from local businesses, all the kind of people coming together to support, doing different donations and things like that, and really using kind of the spirit of the season as a way to give back. So I think that's one of the biggest changes I've seen over the last 6 or 7 years.
Good to know. Thank you for the updates.
While it is a time for celebration, Christmas, Lunar New Year, or any festival your country celebrates is also a time to lend a hand to those who are less fortunate. If you remember, the Hsinchu Christmas Market is donating its entry fee proceeds to 2 charities, Garden of Hope and Harmony Home. Harmony Home helps non-Taiwanese children in Taiwan with shelter and medical care. Let's hear more about their work.
台湾关爱之家其实是从1986年开始，我们的创办人就是杨姐 Nicole， 她那时候其实是一开始是照顾艾滋感染者。那我们关爱之家其实也是从1997年那时候开始，陆陆续续来协助这些在台湾有困难的外国朋友们。那一直到现在，其实我们就有发现说，移工跟移工的小孩，其实他们所需要协助的人也越来越多。那特别是大概2005年开始，其实移工在台湾的人数也慢慢的增加。我们台湾需要比较多的移工来协助台湾来做这个经济的发展。那我们就有发现说，就是因为社交媒体跟智慧型手机的普及，特别是在移工这一块的普及，其实他们有很多的交友的方式，然后也会认识不同的伴侣，所以其实他们我们就有发现，就是女性移工怀孕的比例其实有逐年的增加，那特别是孩子的部分也有增加这样子，所以我们这10年来，我们其实服务的孩子其实最多的比例就是这些失联移工的孩子在台湾。
I want to talk more about the gift of giving, but first I want to get a sense of what it was like for each of you when you first moved to your new countries. Sam, could you tell us what it was like spending your first Lunar New Year here in Taiwan?
My first Lunar New Year's was an exercise in kind of shattering expectations, which were entirely due to my own ignorance. When just hearing about Lunar New Year's, I expected it to be an out in the streets type celebration with a countdown, something like the ball in Times Square. Whereas in actuality, in most cases, it's a very a private family celebration where people go home to their families, 3 days of eating, nonstop eating, and it's something that's celebrated with close friends and family. And so, as I might have mentioned earlier, I found myself eating more and more at 7-Eleven as slowly the restaurants in my neighborhood closed until there was nothing left in my neighborhood in Kaohsiung.
And how about you, Jerry? What was your first Christmas in the United States like, and how has it evolved over time?
Yeah, although Christmas is not new to me before I moved to the States, I still learn something new when I actually be living in the States. It was not my first Christmas, but it was a very interesting one. I think that's probably the second year when I moved to St. Louis. I decided to visit a cathedral, a Catholic cathedral, and attending the midnight mass on Christmas Eve. That was just a beautiful cathedral, Cathedral of St. Louis. That was built like more than 100 years ago. It's huge. It's decorated by the mosaic inside, and it's super beautiful, gorgeous. And before the 12 o'clock, people gather together to the place and find a place to sit, for choir, and with music from the instruments. I just feel so peaceful on that night, and that was a memorable experience.
And to kind of just wrap things up here at the end, Sam, what would be your wish for Taiwan this Christmas?
If I could have one wish in Taiwan this Christmas, I wish that the Taiwanese government would make it easier to obtain work permits for foreign performers in Taiwan. That would be my one wish. I hope that maybe some kind-hearted soul in the Ministry of Labor or Ministry of Culture listens close and realizes that would be a wonderful Christmas gift for this year and for all years going forward.
And then, Jerry?
I've been away from home since 2011. And I wish Taiwan is always a peaceful place because we see a lot of wars all around the globe. So that's what I'm really worried about my homeland. And yeah, I wish people are happy forever and always peace there.
Thank you so much, Jerry and Sam, both for your wishes and for the time that you've spent with us. And with that, we come to the end of the show. Before we go, we want to spare a thought for the many this year that will go without. 2023 has been an especially difficult year for many, with people around the world being forced from their homes, ongoing conflicts, and upheavals in many countries. From myself and the Connected team, we wish you a peaceful holiday season and a year of hope ahead.